Hello everybody, my name is Davis and welcome back to another video, and today we are here for another severe weather breakdown. But this is not going to be my usual severe weather breakdown. Today is all about the tropics. So let's go and get right into it, starting off with the Atlantic Ocean here instead of the SPC outlook like usual. Starting off with the Atlantic Ocean. So we have a tropical disturbance out here that has a 50% chance to form into a cyclone in the next week, and this could very easily go up and head into Florida. But it's looking like it's actually going to go out to Texas if we go ahead and click on this here. Or do we need to go to the 7-day outlook? Aha, yes. So it's going to go for Texas as well as Louisiana, it does look like, if it does form, which again, there's only a 50% chance, but you need to be ready for that because that could turn into a tropical storm, potentially even a hurricane, and it could definitely make landfall. So moving on, tropical disturbance number 3 here, which has a 40% chance to form in the next 7 days and a 20% chance to form in the next 48 hours. So get ready for that. That could very easily head for Central America here, maybe even Mexico. And then moving on to disturbance number 2 here, it has a 30% chance to form in the next 7 days and a 30% chance to form in the next 48 hours. This one will probably just go off to the ocean, though, and do nothing but hurt the fish. And then we have a disturbance number 1 right now, has a 70% chance to form in the next 7 days, and a 70% chance to form in the next 48 hours. But again, this is probably just going to head off into the ocean and not do much, but it could definitely form into a hurricane. So moving on to the Central Pacific, we have nothing right now, luckily, but this is the main point of the video right now. Eastern Pacific, we've got disturbance number 1 out here, has a 20% chance to form in the next 7 days, but then we've got Hurricane Hillary. This is heading, if you don't already know, for the coast of California, as well as Nevada and Arizona, as well as parts of Utah, so you need to get ready for this hurricane. It is getting ready to impact, so let's go ahead and break down the threats that Hurricane Hillary brings. Also, I do want to point out that by the time this makes landfall, it will probably just be a tropical storm, so I should probably call it Tropical Storm Hillary, but it's still going to be pretty bad, so don't let your guard down. And this is the main reason why. Today we have a moderate risk, a 40% chance to see flash flooding here in southeastern California. If you're in that red region there, that goes all the way down to Mexicali, all the way up into areas like Cathedral City, as well as the Joshua Tree National Park. Let's see if there's any other places up here. 29 Palms, the Bullion Mountains. So if you're in that red region today, you have a 40% chance to see flash flooding. So you need to prepare for this today, because you could very well see some very bad rainfall that could very easily lead to flash flooding. We might even see a flash flood emergency or two today, which is whenever there is extreme rainfall, usually about 10 inches or more. So get ready, because we're going to see a lot of rain today. So moving into tomorrow, this is whenever Hurricane Hillary hits, and it gets even worse. This is the worst excessive rainfall outlook that I've seen all year, guys. This extends all the way from Southern California all the way up to the very tip of Nevada. Well, actually, it just goes up to about Death Valley. But if you're in this pink area, you have a 70% chance to see flash flooding. That's right. You are more likely to see flash flooding than you are to not see flash flooding if you're in this pink area tomorrow. Again, this is tomorrow, not today. But tomorrow, you need to get ready all the way up into Death Valley, all the way down into the Palm Desert, almost over to Mexicali. This is going to be a massive flash flooding event. Very extreme, probably the worst one we've seen all year. 4.2 million people have a 70% chance to see flash flooding, and even in the red, don't let your guard down, because that's still a 40% chance. That's still relatively uncommon, especially to see that down here in the desert southwest and it going all the way up into the Great Basin of Nevada. So get ready, because Los Angeles and Las Vegas are also included in that. So 24 million people tomorrow have a 40% risk to see flash flooding. So then if we go ahead and move into Monday, things do calm down just a little bit, but this is because of Tropical Storm Hillary that it will impact parts of the western U.S., but not as badly, just a slight risk, a 15% risk to see flash flooding. That's pretty common. Alright, so here we're on Radar Omega. This is a very cheap radar mobile app that I really like to use. So if you are in the yellow area right now, you have a tropical storm warning. You are already starting to see rainfall possibly from Hurricane Hillary, very early portions of it. And as you can see, if we look at the closest radar to the hurricane, that right there is it. Obviously, it's not showing very well, and that's not actually what it looks like. I wouldn't be making an entire video on a few drops of rain. But if we were able to see closer to this, you would see how massive and scary this thing is. But whenever it gets closer to California here, we will be able to, luckily. So if you are in the yellow region, we can actually go ahead and read what the warning says here. Peak wind forecast 40 to 50 mile an hour with gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Uncertainty in track size and intensity. That means we're not exactly sure how big this thing could be by the time it hits. Prepare for a wind from 39 to 57 miles per hour. The wind threat has remained nearly steady from the previous assessment. So prepare. Remaining efforts to protect property should be completed as soon as possible. Prepare for limited wind damage. Act. Move to safe shelter before the wind becomes hazardous, obviously. Flooding rain. We have flood watches in effect, as well as 3 to 6 inches with locally higher amounts possible. And then we have potential for extreme flooding rain, it says, as well as devastating to catastrophic. Extreme rainfall flooding may prompt numerous evacuations and rescues. That's right, you could literally be evacuated because of how extreme this rainfall is going to be. So that's just about the rainfall. Tornado. Latest local forecast. Situation is somewhat favorable for tornadoes, so you very well could see one if you're in the path of this thing. Threat to life and property. That includes typical forecast, uncertainty in track size and intensity, potential for a few tornadoes. The tornado threat has remained nearly steady from the previous assessment. Emergency plan should include the potential for a tornado. If your shelter is particularly vulnerable to tornadoes, prepare to relocate to safe shelter before hazardous weather arrives. If a tornado warning is issued, be ready to seek shelter. That's just kind of a common piece of life advice. If you're ever in a tornado warning, get underground. Don't wait. Don't wait for there to be a confirmed tornado on the ground, because there could easily be one that pops up on your home, and that would be terrible. So, yeah, that's basically it for the tropical storm warnings that we have. So, upwards of 60 mile an hour wind gusts are definitely possible with this. And, normally I wouldn't be making an entire video on that. That's just a normal severe thunderstorm, but it's going to last for a while. That's the real problem with this. So, even down here in LA, we got some tropical storm warnings all the way up into almost Nevada. So, yeah, get ready for this impact. This is going to be a pretty big one. This is the first hurricane that California has seen since 1939. So, get ready for that. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.